Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final episode for UJPW here in the TEW 2020 series here on the channel. What a sad time. As, yeah, for the last time, we are hopping into the save. Before we hand it off to you guys, let whatever you want to do with it. If you want to run UJPW into the ground, or if you want to carry the baton and as far as still be a dominant force in Japanese pro wrestling in the year 2000 into the new millennium, by all means, you'll be able to do it. Really, the only thing you'll need is the save file, which I'll be providing in the description. The picture pack is basically just your normal little picture pack. You can kind of do whatever at this point. I know as far as, because like around this time, 2000, to think about, actually you might, try to remember what, I think it's Ngeo Generations, I think that's the picture pack I use, but you could probably use whatever one. Obviously you'll probably need one that, but I'm pretty sure, actually, let's just take a look while I'm thinking about it, because I think you can, yes, Ngeo is indeed the picture pack that we use for this, which you could find on the Grey Dog software forums, if I remember correctly, as far as I'm pretty sure that's where that would be. I don't think that'd be anywhere else. Maybe it is, though. Maybe it is elsewhere. But for the New Year Giant series, of course, or last two Raw, but we're also, as far as there's a lot of big things happening on this show. Not only the final show, but the tour itself. Of course, we have the Million Yen Battle Royal, determine who's going to take on Kawada in the main event of the final show. But we also get to have a lot of title matches, actually, throughout this tour. Believe there was 4 title matches that's happening throughout the tour, and then obviously on the final show. So a lot's happening in this. That actually took away a day, mainly because we had the Stan Hansen Memorial Show, so we took that away. I believe we took away one more day, so it's all around. It's a 10-day tour, 9 tour shows in the final show being the 10th one. But as far as the actual show itself and all the tour goals and whatnot, this is what we're looking like as far as going into the final episode. As we're going to have both heavyweight and junior heavyweight tag team title matches on the first night, as well as the Million Yen Battle Royal. As you can see, Kira Taue is going to win that Million Yen Battle Royal. Holy Demon Army collide in our final main event. I feel like it's a fitting send-off. As, of course, we'll see if Taue can become the fourth pillar and complete the holy, I guess you could say, I don't even know how you describe that as far as the trend, having all 4 pillars completing their task and being the Grand Heavyweight Champion would be pretty cool. Would be pretty cool if he can do it, of course. Kawada, of course, is a savage in there. But then, of course, as far as throughout the rest of the tours, we're going to have an All-Asia 6-man tag team title matchup. It's the Death Squad, which will be Ken Shamrock, Scotty Steiner, and Chris Jericho taking on the New World Order of course, Kaiji Muto, Jushin Liger, and Kensuke Sasaki. As you see on the final show, they will retain in that matchup there for night 3. And then for night 5, Bret Hart and Doug Furnas taking on Johnny Ace and Steve Williams on night 5. As you can see, Bret Hart's taking on Kenta Kobashi. The reason why that is happening on the final show is I figured to have the Million Yen Battle Royal mean a little bit more too. Figured let's have the runner-up take on the All-Asia Heavyweight Champion. So hence why Bret Hart will take on Kobashi. And the reason why Bret and Doug Furnas are taking on Steve Williams and Johnny Ace, they beat them during the tag league. So as far as just a little rematch there. And then for night 7, I figured for the last tour, we had to have Masao Kobashi versus the Demon Army at some point on that tour. It's kind of weird to kind of throw it out there like that, but I kind of also want to build up Taue and Kawada as far as on the tour teaming. And then you see on the final tour show, it's going to be Taue and Fuchi against Kawada and Tanaka in kind of like a Holy Demon Army collision matchup to really hype up that match. And also, as far as to have something unique like that, as far as obviously we rarely do, inner stable kind of matches. We're also going to have, UJPW World Tag Team title matchup. So Masawa and Kanemoto, the new champions, as they will in fact beat Kobashi and Jun Akiyama on that first night. So you're going to see them get the win there. And they're going to take on Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko. Reason why? They beat them during the Tag League. So they are the first challengers. And then as far as the All Asia 6-man tag team title matchup, the Holy Demon Army, which will be Shinya Hashimoto, Masato Tanaka, and Masanobu Fuchi, taking on Kaiji Muto, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Kensuke Sasaki again. As far as Hashimoto, of course, was the big factor in the turning of the NWO, which is pretty wild to think about. But that's exactly kind of the birth of that and the birth of the NWO. As far as I was going to talk about this at the end, but we'll talk about it here since we have the NWO featured right now. We're talking about them. So the plan, if the series would have kept on going, the plan was around probably the Champion Carnival, maybe a little after the Champion Carnival, there was going to be a split within the NWO. It was going to be Kaiji Muto, Masahiro Chono, Liger, maybe one other person, but it was mainly going to be them, which is pretty big, obviously. Those are some of the biggest names in the NWO. They were going to split away from them and create Legend, which actually, as far as it was around that time when the actual Legend faction was created, and it seemed like this would be a good idea for really Chono to get the rub as the main guy, is kind of the plan there, because he was going to be the face of it with, as far as obviously Kaiji Muto and Liger, but the idea, of course, historical figures in Japanese pro wrestling, and they were wanting to get away from the NWO brand, felt like the NWO, it was not completing their goal, their mission, as far as taking down UJPW, and so instead they're going to go and splinter off into Legend and focus on being the best of the best, which, of course, having Kaiji Muto, Jushin Thunder Liger, Masahiro Chono, it's a good start. It's a good start for sure, and kind of those legendary figures, maybe Kensuke Sasaki and Hiroshi Hase, maybe they would have jumped as well. That kind of would have made sense. Again, kind of the idea was maybe even Sasuke too, honestly, as far as from kind of that perspective. Part of it was kind of maybe just splitting it off from the native talent in the NWO and having them be a Legend, and then having the NWO still be like Mike Awesome, Vader, Two Cold Scorpio, kind of that idea. But that was just a theory that I was planning on doing if this would have kept going. But it's just kind of little tidbit. Junior heavyweight title matchup though for Brad Armstrong, looking to defend successfully again. Everybody's taking on Hayabusa. That's a tough task for him on the final show. Then the All Asia Tag Team title matchup, the British Combat Club. Of course, Steven Regal, Norman Smiley taking on Steve Williams, Johnny Ace. So, of course, Doc and Ace, they'll retain. They're on Night 5. Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup as Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro challenge the Tactical Tactician Squad. Should be a fun one. Again, Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro, they were the runner-ups in the Junior Tag League, and since Night 1, you're going to see the winners of the Junior Tag League, and Liger and Sasuke, look to beat TTS, but in fact, TTS will retain, which is a huge win for TTS. But that is a massive victory for them, and we'll see if they can strike another victory away from a great junior team like Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro. And in the opener, since we're doing, as far as the Golden Cosmic Dragons, if you will, or the, is it the, now I already forgot what we changed their name to. Nonetheless, though, Golden King and Dragon Kid taking on TTS, so those back-to-back matches of kind of that feud. We're going to have an 8-man on the card on, I want to say it's not the previous night, like the final tour show, but I believe it's either night 8 or maybe even night 7. There's a big-ass 8-man with those two matches turning into one. So that should be exciting to see. As I mean, yeah, this the roster's in obviously a very unique spot because we are getting older. Of course, there's a bit of a contingency with a lot of the kind of older heavyweights at that time, but mainly, obviously, the four pillars are starting to slow down a little bit, but they still have obviously a lot of drawing power and a lot of top level stuff. Obviously, Kobashi still rolling along strong, and he'd probably be the strongest out of the four, obviously in the new decade, and obviously with that GHC heavyweight title reign. But like Liger is up there in age, but he's still doing well. Kaiju of course, goes bald, which that's another thing too. I kind of want to have him shave his head to kind of really put over the legend idea, and kind of the guys. It's basically Legend was gonna kind of be like a main event Mafia thing, but with a lot more like kind of serious tone to it, not full on like them coming out to like mafioso music. And obviously, I mean, really, it's not the main event Mafia. I guess it'd be the Yakuza version of that, which that's kind of the idea behind that. So just kind of a little, again, tidbit on that. But yeah, that is the final show. We have all the titles on the line. I mean, we might as well, right? It's our last hurrah. We might as well send it off with a bang. And as far as having, it's kind of funny how that worked out. It's a UJPW title and then an All Asia title, kind of flipping back and forth. But yeah, I mean, it should be a really, really fun tour, especially this first night. Let's get this rocking and rolling. I'm hoping we'll be able to run the Tokyo Dome, hopefully. Oh yeah, as far as we have, so we got Dish Network now, which is pretty huge. Yeah, I think we're gonna actually run Dish. Yeah, we're gonna actually run Bell TV and Dish. So sorry, CBS, and then Nippon TV. So I kind of want to see what you know what? Since it's let's have it be CBS since it's a tour show. Yeah, we'll save the pay-per-views for the actual final show. Alrighty. So yeah, I mean, as far as the junior tag team title matchup, we'll just go ahead and add that since I see it already. As Shonichi Funaki beating the great Sasuke. So that's a huge win. First of all, Sasuke's a little unhappy about it, but he will be fine. Misawa and Kanemoto against Kobashi and Jun Akiyama. I think we're going to have this actually be the main, as Misawa's going to beat Jun Akiyama in 32 minutes to become the new tag team champions. So then we'll have the Million Battle Royal in the middle, which the final four will be Akira Taue, Bret Hart, Big Van Vader, and Yoshihiro Takayama, which I feel like you have the monsters in there with Bret, and Bret kind of hangs on and as far as really with Vader and Takayama, kind of would love for them to eliminate each other, kind of like the cactus clothesline, and they both kind of fall to the floor, but maybe have Bret come in behind and kind of dump him type of scenario. But yeah, there's a lot of talent in there. The Wild Pegasus is in there, Ultimo Dragon, Scott Norton, Shin Hashimoto, Hase, Tanaka, of course Vader and Taue. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty stacked. Pretty stacked Million Battle Royal. Bret, very unhappy about that. That's kind of funny to complain about losing in a Battle Royal, but that's the way she goes. So then we'll have Shamrock and Candido. Oh no, this is definitely going to be a lot lower. Never mind. As Death Squad taking on British Combat Club. As Shamrock's going to beat Doug Williams. Do love that match though. Johnny Smith and Doug Williams against Shamrock and Candido. Nice little Gaijin matchup. I don't know. There's not really a whole lot of big time matches though, to be honest. And we got a 10-minute matchup with Los Guerreros and the World Class Tag Team, which Eddie's going to get the win on that one, obviously, being the best guy in that match. And we got Golden King and Dragon Kid against Flinzuki, as Machizuki's going to beat Dragon Kid. That's a big win for Flinzuki, the old Cosmic Dragon Kings. So Sama Nishimura beating Yoshinobu Kanemaru. That's probably going to start off the show, because I think Lord Akira Kotakumi against Naomichi Marufuji, I think it's going to be a little bit better We'll just kind of keep it, though. We'll keep it right there. Might as well, right? Because either way, it's a nice little one, too. But yeah, a lot of just the undercard. All basically 10-minute matches, and the final 3 matches are over 20 minutes, and some over 30. Just really wanted to showcase the importance of those kind of top 3 matches, mainly. And that one, oh yes, we'll be running the Tokyo Dome for this one. Well, actually, I guess we don't have to, since it is the, did we run, Osaka? Oh, no, we did run the Tokyo Dome last time. I'll just say, oh, we've ran the Tokyo Dome every time. So that's where we're gonna be. That's, it has been decided. Tokyo Dome, here we go. Alrighty, let's run it. 64 for the opener. Lord Akira Kurakumi with the Decapitator in 10:23. What a win for Lord Akira Kurakumi, as Osamu Nishimura beating Yoshinobu Kanemaru in 9:51. So that's a 63. So again, Osamu Nishimura. Good little rating. Actually, Kanemaru, though, 45. Not bad at all. Double head kick, though, from Machizuki and Flinzuki, beating the... Wow. Well, first of all, Dragon Kids with a 62 is super impressive. Probably shouldn't have had him lose, looking at that. That's wild. Shout out Dragon Kid. Wow. As, yeah, Machizuki and Jerry Flynn, though, they get the win nonetheless, even though they were the worst team. As Los Guerreros beating the World Class Tag Team, as Eddie submitting Jado with the Glory Special. Yeah, I mean, Jado and Geto did really well. Eddie, of course, best guy in the match, but, yeah, Chavo with a 42, not great. Not great there. Ah, damn, Candido and Shamrock don't work as a team. But, as far as it's a decent little matchup, though, at least. They were the better team, even with the kind of negative chemistry. As Shamrock getting the submission win with the ankle lock at 9:35. As that was an 80 as well as a 90 for the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup there. As Shonichi Funaki pinning the Great Sasuke with the Rising Sun. As TTS making their second defense of the UJPW Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. It's an 86. That is shocking. Shocking. As, yeah, Azuka was rusty. How about that? But, yeah, Headhunter B and Takayama's off their game. Probably one of the best ones you'll see, as far as out of the Million Battle Royal that we've done. Usually it does not even get that high of a rating. But that's not bad. Not bad at all. Yep. As our main event, though, it's a 99. And we have new heavyweight champions. Masao and Kanemoto beat Kobashi and Jun Akiyama. I just figured that was kind of poetic. We opened the show, or we opened the first tour, with the main event being Masao and Kanemoto against Kobashi and Jun Akiyama, kind of Super Generation Army colliding. Then on the final tour show, we're going to probably end the show with the Holy Demon Army tag match where they collide. So it just kind of feels like that's a fitting way to end it. But yeah, Masao pins Akiyama with the Tiger Driver. Love it. It's a hell of a match. Worst guy loses to the best guy. Just kind of makes sense there. Yeah, Masao with 100. Awesome. Hell yeah, 96. We'll gladly take that. What a first show for the tour. That is for sure. It's going to be hard to top that. As on to night 2, we go. Alrighty, night 2. As we got backstage incidents, Sikoya Wada gave a locker room a lift when he unveiled a series of spot-on impressions some of his colleagues. And Wally Wilkins Jr., spot for Wrestler's Court, he's moaning about stuff all the time, bumming on himself, just being a Debbie Downer, as Wellington Wilkins Jr. Was found guilty by Shinya Shimoda, and he sends him to shut up or cheer up and buy drinks for him to the show. Alrighty. As far as, yeah, for this main event, here for night 2, that is a good question. So we have Vader and Awesome against the British Combat Club. I like that. I don't know if that should be a main. It's a pretty good match, though. We also have Sasuke and Liger against the Blonde Bombers. Yeah, we'll go with this. A nice little win back for them after losing in their last matchup, obviously, for the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. I think we're going to have, though, Vader and Awesome, though, in British Combat Club. I think that's going to be the main, as Regal's going to beat Mike Awesome. What a match, though. 2 behemoths taking on 2 technical wizards out there. Yeah, then we'll go Terry and Terry Funk and Terry Boy against Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko. Obviously, Terry Boy's gonna get the loss there as he's losing to Dean Malenko. Then we got Hase and Kensuke Sasaki against Steve Williams and Scotty Steiner. Because we're gonna have Scott beat Roshi Hase, and of course they have Doc as the agent. Oh, is his contract not started yet? No, it has. Is he just working WCW? Is that the gist of it? Or is he injured? Is he injured? I could have swore he wasn't injured. No, that's got me thinking. Yeah, he's suspended, that's right. How could I forget that we suspended him? Jesus. Now I remember. Now it's hitting me. Alright, so, Scotty will in fact not be on that. That sucks. But yeah, so we'll have Ken Shamrock now. Team up with Steve Williams. So now that would be Ken Shamrock beating Hiroshi Hase. I'm surprised he didn't complain about that, to be honest. What a win, though. And obviously, what a team in Doc and Shamrock. Quite the unit, for sure. Yeah, I mean, we should, we'll probably swap this. A lot of tag matches. a lot of tag matches. That's, of course, the name of the game here. As Los Pavano, the Lords of the Deep, we'll probably go Wild and Ready against Tenkochi. So a lot of heavyweight tag matches as well. As Takayama's going to get the win there in 20 minutes. Yeah, Tenkochi being a little upset by that. I can see that. But again, Takayama's really getting a pretty nice size push, to be honest. As Los Pavano against Lords of the Deep, Psicosis beating Grand Aniwa. That's a good win for Los Pavano. Little junior 6-man. And then Lord Akira Kumi against Anaru, as Lord Akira Kumi is going to get the win. And then Giant Warrior going to squash Akatoshi Saito. Fuck yeah. Because of course he is. But yeah, I don't know what to do with Giant Warrior. I signed him just to really the fact of how well he's worked since we let him go. That's kind of like a reward for him. But I really have no idea. He's not a part of a stable. There was a thought of putting him in Death Squad, but now Death Squad's got the Steiners and Shamrock. He wouldn't be needed there, and it's just now, we're gonna have him squash dudes in the meantime until I was gonna figure out what to do with him. But we'll run the Niigata City Gymnasium. Alright, night 2 in the books. Let's run it. 56 for the opener. That's actually not bad. For Akatoshi Saito to get a 52. He was someone, obviously, Akatoshi Saito was kind of mainly used as like a mid-card guy. And we didn't even get him up to that level by 2000. So that's kind of embarrassing. We probably would have done Dark Agents at some point in the future, just because it was, the name itself is, it's a different type of name, I guess. We have a lot of like kind of dark stables anyways, so maybe not, but just an idea that that was probably on the horizon. So Lord Akira Kurokumi beating Anaru, another Decapitator win. It's a 61 though, yeah. As far as Anaru's almost in the 40s. 63 for Los Bravano in the Lords of the Deep. Look at La Parka. I mean, La Parka's coming along finally. Super Delphin and Prince and Mako in the 50s, damn near, at least for Super Delphin. But yeah, Grand Naniwa still not firing all cylinders. But yeah, nice win though for Los Pravano. The 75 for Nakanishi and Takayama against Tenkoji. At least Takayama and Tenzan did the same rating. Now, Tenzan was really off his game too, so at least that makes me feel a little bit better. But yeah, Nakanishi still not at the level of everybody else. And now for Terry Funk and Terry Boy, they're going to lose to Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko. Yeah, Terry, of course, he's gotten older, not performing as well as he was, obviously, during the later stages of his prime. And yeah, I mean, this is that's a good match though for Dean and Wild Pegasus. Yeah, but I mean, both teams excellent chemistry and worked out really well. A little one was excellent, one was great. 82 for Hiroshi Hase and Kensuke Sasaki against Steve Williams and Ken Shamrock. Shamrock with the ankle lock over Hase. Yeah, better team gets the win there. And all around, yeah, I mean, you can't really go wrong with a Shamrock Steve Williams team. There's a 90, wow, for the junior tag matchup between Sasuke and Liger against the Blonde Bombers. Maybe this should have been the main, as Liger hits the shooting star press over Chris Candido. Jericho's the worst guy in the match, that's kind of shocking. But yeah, Candido 77, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, did better than this, just by a point, but still. It's a good performance, though, from British Combat Club as they beat Vader and Awesome as Regal with the Regal stretch over Mike Awesome. So yeah, as far as one of the best, as far as with Regal and Smiley. One of their, obviously, for a tour show especially, 85 and 88 is not bad at all. Yeah, of course, Mike Awesome worst guy in the match, so he takes the fall. Just gotta make sense there. I mean, not a bad tour show, to be honest. It's just hard to follow the night one show. You know, 2 title matches in a battle royal that was pretty stacked with some talent. Was very, very tough to beat. That is for sure. It's on to night 3 we go. Alrighty, night 3. As far as we'll be running. Definitely not one of these venues. Man, it was the old Sendai Sun Plaza. Hell yeah. Alrighty, so for this night here, for night 3, main event, of course, I think we're going to go with the All Asia 6-man tag team title matchup, as Kaiji Muto will be beating Chris Candido. So, the Death Squad team of Johnny Ace, Ken Shamrock, Chris Candido, maybe not the biggest of names from that Death Squad stable, but still think it's going to be a nice little matchup, and Kaiji Muto is going to beat Candido nonetheless. Then we'll have, as far as, probably Hayabusa and Malenko against Brad Armstrong and Terry Funk. Nice little tag match here. As far as having Hayabusa beat Brad Armstrong, now that is a tough choice. Tough choice. But I think it's the right choice, unfortunately. Even though they're an actual established team, or established stable, I guess they haven't really teamed a whole lot there with Brad Armstrong and Terry Funk. They're just not as good as, obviously, Dean and Hayabusa would be. Yeah, I think we're going to go, actually, with Bret Hart, Lance Storm against Steve Williams and Chris Jericho, which, what a match. Lance is going to beat Jericho, so as far as sudden impact colliding there, every time Steve Williams is in a match, he just ends up being his own road agent. Every time. Then we're also going to have Koji Kanemoto versus Tiger Mask 4. So it's Tiger Mask 3 versus Tiger Mask 4 in a singles match. Weirdly enough, never done it. Never did a singles match between the two. You think that would have been something we did, but we do it here. And Kanemoto's going to get the win, though, in 10 minutes. Also going to have El Samurai versus Kazuya Yamasaki, as El Samurai will be getting the win in 12 minutes. Then we'll have... we'll probably just go with the Dragons against Otani and Funaki, which actually we're going to bump this up maybe a little higher, potentially. I don't know, we'll keep it right there, as Otani's going to beat Dragon Kid. That should be a good little matchup, though. Then Fuchino Ogawa against Aoyagi and Hideki Ozaka. Now, this usually would be Satoru Ozako, obviously, and Hideki Ozaka, but Satoru Ozako is off to rehab, so we will not be using him, obviously. Then Sayama versus Rob Van Dam, two of the most innovative performers of all time colliding here. And, I mean, this is a dream match for sure. Obviously, Sayama's not, his prime self, but this is still a banger. And Van Dam's going to win, much dismay of Satoru Sayama. Maybe banger's a little too strong of a word for that matchup, but it still should be a decent little matchup, hopefully, and a good little opener. Alright, never mind. 51. Van Dam, though, he gets the win with the 5-star frog splash over Satoru Sayama, 9:43. Yeah, by this point, 2000, Sayama has, you're talking about a 20-year career at that point, and especially with the way he worked and just his style, definitely is going to slow down, and he definitely is there. Yeah. As a 66, though, for the next matchup, as Ogawa and Fuchi beating Hideki Ozaka and Masashi Aoyagi. It's Ogawa getting the win in 10 minutes there. So Ogawa was off his game, so he almost got outperformed by Hideki Ozaka and Masashi Aoyagi, so that's just great. 77, though, for the Dragons versus TTS, as Otani with the springboard drop kick to Dragon Kid. Great little junior tag match there. So 70 for El Samurai and Kazuya Yamasaki, as El Samurai with the Samurai Clutch in 12:29. Nice little steal the show matchup. There's another 70 for Koji Kanemoto and Tiger Mask 4. the Tiger Mask colliding there. It's Koji Kanemoto with the Koji Clutch in 940. 84, just barely missed out on the good rating there. But Jericho and Steve Williams doing a really good job there. They outperformed Brett and Lance Storm, but we're giving Lance a huge victory with the Canadian Maple Leaf, getting the win there over Chris Jericho in 2019 and 82 for Terry Funk and Brad Armstrong against Hayabusa and Dean Malenko, which, yeah, Brad's injury, still dealing with those effects of the chronic upper back pain, but luckily he'll be pretty much healed up in a relatively short time. I think it's a couple of days, so when the final match takes place, and the Junior 4 title between him and Hayabusa should be ready to go. And their first defense there for the New World Order as they beat the Death Squad. Sakai Shimoda with the Muto lock over Chris Candido. Yemi Shamrock was on their level, but everybody else wasn't. So I'm glad they got the win there for the New World Order. Talk about Ken Shamrock, though. What a performance. She did really well. Decent little show, actually. It might not have looked like it on paper, but if we just swap this and this, we're gonna, it's kind of a perfect show how it flowed. Not bad at all. Yeah, I mean, Brett, Lance Storm, and Steve Williams and Jericho probably should have been the co-main, but we'll take it. It's a good match, though, with Brett and Lance Storm. Nice, fun little team. It was Canada's finest, if you will, with those two. But, yeah, I mean, that's a solid little show. As, yeah, I mean, we're rocking and rolling. No injuries, luckily, so that's kind of been the big thing we need to be kind of cautious about, but luckily this tour is pretty stretched out. No one's really working a ton, so it's been good so far. It's on to night 4 we go. Alrighty, night 4. As for this show, main event, that's a great question. Probably Super Generation Army versus Wild Pegasus. Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero. Pretty solid main. Really, Kikuchi's really the weakest link out of everyone there, and he's going to take the loss because of that, as well. Pegasus will be beating him, and that was a 27-minute matchup, too. We're giving him a lot of time. All that time well-deserved, though, for sure. We have 2 singles matches between Sasuke and Tugo Scorpio against Fuchi and Ogawa. So we'll have that be the co-main, I think, Sasuke and Ogawa, which Sasuke will win. We'll split it in half with... I think we're going to go Cosmic King Dragons, the 6-man against TTS of Funaki, Tanaka, and Tomoe Honda. As Super Astro is going to beat Minoru Tanaka. So that's a huge win, though, for the Cosmic King Dragons. Then we'll go to Cold Scorpio and Fuchi, which should be a really good match, though, as Fuchi's going to get the win. So obviously splitting the 2 singles matches with a little 50-50 booking, and also Golden King will, so we're going to give Otani the win over Golden King. So I think what then we should do is probably have TTS win this 6-man. That would make a little bit more sense. So, yeah. That's a tough one, though. Tomoe Honda. I think we're going to have, we'll have Shinichi Funaki beat Dragon Kid. I hate it, but just kind of is what... Actually, let's give Tomoe Honda the win. At least size-wise, it makes sense. Yeah, and then Doug Furnace, Lance Storm against the Blonde Bombers. Oh, the Blonde Crushers, rather, of Johnny Ace and Chris Candido. Johnny Ace going to beat Lance Storm in 20 minutes. Los Pravano versus the World Class Tag Team, as that's Vampiro and Psicosis beating the World Class Tag Team. Nice little Steal the Show matchup there. Then Naoki Sano against Shinichi Nakano, as Naoki Sano will be getting the win, of course, in 10 minutes. So, we got to cut about 5 minutes off the show. That should be relatively easy. So we'll bump this down to about 16. Then we'll take 1 minute off this to make it a 26-minute matchup, and we're good to go. Perfect. Let's see. So yeah, we've obviously ran Chubu. We've run Kyushu, so we'll run the Star Lanes here for night 4. Pretty good show, honestly. A lot of singles matches, but should be a pretty good show. Actually, that opener went a lot better than I expected. Naoki Sano still killing it, as you get to 77 there with the Scoop Brain Buster. Over Nakano, another 77 as Vampiro and Psychosis beating the World Class Tag Team. Hell yeah. What a win. What a win for Vampiro and Psychosis there. As an 81 from Doug Furnace and Lance Storm against the Blonde Crushers. Johnny Ace Crusher over Lance Storm, yeah. Everybody pretty much on the same page but Storm, so makes sense he loses there. He's the weak link. 70 for Golden King and Otani, as Shinjiro Otani outperformed him. Gets the one with the springboard drop kick. Nice win. Nice win. Probably a little higher on the card than it need to be, but that's alright. As Fuchi beating Two Cold Scorpio as well in 20 minutes. Two Cold Scorpio outperformed him. That's actually no surprise, really, when you think about it. Fuchi is getting up there in age, obviously. And Scorpio is Scorpio, after all. He's the man. Yeah, I mean, Dragon Kid does not perform well here in this six-man, so I'm glad he takes the loss, actually. Damon Honda getting the German suplex win in 2023. Yep, as far as they were the better team, so I'm glad they got the win. It was pretty close, though. Just Dragon Kid was just so much worse than everybody else. Then Sasuke beating Ogawa with the Thunderfire Powerbomb in 20 minutes. Nice little win there for Sasuke. 86 for the main event, as in the spin-off series of the Radical Revolution here, they're just still Eddie Guerrero, Wild Pegasus, and Dean Malenko, as Pegasus beats Kikuchi with the Wild Bomb. Yeah, I mean, I think that's for the best. Dean Malenko, best guy in the match. Really no surprise. It's just kind of funny to think about that Dean retires, like, 2000, 2001, around that time. Really, mainly just towards the late 2000s. Or not late 2000s, but kind of later in the year 2000. It's kind of wild to think about. And he's still just killing it in this save here with a 93. Outperforming Masawa. But it's actually a really good show. We'll take that. Yeah, that was a solid little tour show there. So we're almost at the halfway point. On to night 5 we go. And it's hard to believe. We are just down to... just got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the final show. Hard to believe. Hard to believe. Alrighty, night 5, as we've got some backstage incidents. It's Eddie's versus Court. He's not paying attention during a locker room meeting. As the judge, Shin Yashimoto found him guilty and sentenced by creative behavior for the locker room. Yeah, small positive impact on Eddie is Stan Hansen passing on psychology tips to Abyss. Alrighty, so, as far as for our main event, I believe... First of all, I love that match, though, but I believe, yeah, it's a Super Generation Army. Oh, no, it's the 8-man, yeah. So, yeah, this definitely isn't the main. It's a good little matchup, though. Jun Akiyama's going to beat Chavo. So, yeah, that was probably for the best there. As far as involved with the finish, Chavo, obviously the worst guy in the match. Yeah, it's probably going to be this. As far as Chono Muto versus the Holy Demon Army. Masahiro Chono beating Masato Tanaka. Like it a lot there, as that's a good little matchup. Oh, we also have the All Asia Tag Team title matchup as well. Steve Williams is going to beat Doug Furnace, yeah, so, again, Steve Williams, always. Mounted fucking road agents we have, and it's always him. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably now push that up. Swap that. Shamrock and Smiley can be the co-main while I'm thinking about it. Norman's going to beat him. As we're going to have a rematch. I want to say it's night 7 or 8. And we're going to have Shamrock beat him. So just to kind of see, maybe they have some great chemistry or something. Maybe it'll work out. If they have negative chemistry, though, probably have to change direction on that. Oh, yeah, and then we have... yeah, I thought I changed this. Yeah, because it's supposed to be Jericho and Candido. Supposed to be the old Blonde Bombers. Taking on the British Blue Bloods. So we'll have Jericho beat Dave Taylor. Nice. Yeah, now we can add it. There we go. BWO versus El Samurai, Hayabusa, and Jinsei Shinzaki. As El Samurai's going to beat Yoshihiro Tajiri, so we're giving them a lot of time. Oh, I guess that's fine. Lord Akira Kurakumi versus Dick Togo, as Akira Kurakumi will be beating Dick Togo, and then Yuji Nagata will be beating Masaki Machizuki, which I love that match. What a particularly fun contest that shall be. Yeah, let's drop that down just 1 minute. 19 minutes there for the 6-man. And we should be good to go. Yeah, that is, it's a pretty solid show again. Again, I think the last show was just a little bit better, but we'll see. We shall see. I mean, we can run the star lanes again, but I'd rather not. Yeah, let's, just go 50% here. We'll run the World Memorial Hall in Kobe. Alright. 68 for the opener. Actually, it went better than expected, as Kira Kotakumi beating Dick Togo, the Decapitator. Not bad. Again, you just were slowly building up wins with him. I mean, it's... Akira's solid, obviously. Just, we probably would have had him get a junior heavyweight title run, for sure, if we would have kept this going. As an inverted figure 4 leg lock from Yuji Nagata over Masaki Machizuki. So that was a 71. Nice little performance there from Nagata. It was an 80 from the BWO versus El Samurai Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki, as El Samurai submitting Yoshihiro Tajiri with the Samurai Clutch. Really good performance, honestly. Even talking to Tajiri, in the mid-50s, that's not terrible. Not terrible at all for him. As Regal and Dave Taylor losing to Candido and Jericho. Decent little matchup here. Dave Taylor, worst guy in the match, takes the Lion Tamer submission and loses there in 10 minutes. A little Gaijin tag match. It's an 84. Super Generation Army versus the Radical Revolution, for lack of a better term, as Jun Akiyama pinning Chavo Jr. with the wrist clutch Death Valley driver. So yeah, again, Chavo just being really, really bad compared to everybody else. 94, though, for Chono and Muto against Shin Hashimoto and Masato Tanaka. As, yeah, everybody doing really well there, but Masato Tanaka, and that's why he loses there to the Deathlock STF. From Masahiro Chono. 85 from Smiley and Shamrock. So Norman does outperform him. He gets on the Norman Conquest, too. Good little matchup, though. And then 91 for our main event for the All-Asia Tag Team titles. That's their 5th defense for Steve Williams and Johnny Ace. What a run they've had as tag champs. Could have dropped the belts here. Definitely could have. Yeah, they were the better team. Bret Hart and Doug Furnas. Slightly, though. It's only by 2 points. It's a good match, though. It's a good match for them. Yeah, pretty good show, actually. I didn't expect, for some reason, I did not expect this to be a 94, but I should have. 3 out of the 4 guys are really, really talented. And Tanaka's, good. He's just not on their level, unfortunately, but, it was actually a really good show. How about that? Yeah, now we're just down to, 5 shows. Hard to believe. We're now down to just the amount of fucking fingers on one hand. The amount of shows we got. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. As, yeah, on to Day 6 we go. Alrighty, Night 6. As for this main event, we have as far as, I believe... Yeah, this is a tough one to really call. I mean, the K-9 Crew versus Super Generation Army. So yeah, we're going to change Kurt Angle because he is in rehab. We will have to put Jericho in there for now. So we have Kobashi beating Kurt Angle. Now I think we can have Jericho beat Kikuchi. I know that's a huge win for him. But why not? Let's try to make a guy here. Fuck it. Fuck it. As, so yeah. The co-main's interesting, because I really don't know what it's... I mean, it could probably be this, as far as Hayabusa and Shinzaki against Armstrong and Terry. Fungus Terry's going to beat Jinsei Shinzaki. Nice little match there. It's a decent little co-main. So we got Vampiro and Tenkoji. Or, yeah, Vampiro and Headhunter, rather, taking on Tenkoji. Is Tenzan losing again. This time to Headhunter B. Then we got Kensuke Sasaki and Hiroshi Ase against Fuchi and Tanaka. As we will go with Kensuke Sasaki on that one. It's Kensuke Sasaki. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the better matchup, so we'll bump that up. Actually, I might make that the co-main, just to be safe, yeah. We'll do that. So then we have, we'll go Samurai and Taka Michinoku. So El Samurai are going to get the win in 10 minutes. I'm surprised it's not a Steal the Show matchup. I'm assuming Abyss. It's either going to be the World Class Tag Team against, yeah, so this is the Steelers Show matchup. As they will get the win, though, the World Class Tag Team, as they're going to beat Pacificus in 10 minutes. Then we'll have, I'm assuming Astro and Marufuji is going to be the better match of the two. Here, as Astro's going to beat Marufuji, and then Abyss in Shuji Nakano, as Takano will be beating Abyss. I don't know how I feel about that, but Shuji Nakano will be the better guy, so it's not too bad, but kind of hurts my soul a little bit to see my boy lose there, as, yeah, definitely won't be running Kanto, because this is just not the show for that. I think we might have to run one of the bigger places then. Yeah, we'll just run the Hiroshima Sunblast, which is almost halfway. 3,500, damn near. If we can get a little closer to that, that'd be great, but it's just going to be tough. Tough. And Shuji Takano, though, beats Abyss in 62, with a 62 rating, rather, in 10 minutes. That's how long the match went, but not a bad match. Not to our standards, but for a tour show, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's a blown eardrum from Super Astro. That's not great. As he gets one of the Astro Sisters, though. Marufuji's the one who caused it. Just great. Probably nailed him with a question mark kick. Right to the fucking ear, as Jado Geto beating Pacificus and Lord Akira Korakumi. I mean, yeah, this was an upset. But, I mean, at least they were better than Pacificus. So. But the Geto Clutch getting the win over Pacificus. 10 minutes, a 75 rather, for El Samurai and Taka Michinoku. Samurai Clutch from El Samurai over Taka. Nice little junior matchup there. It's an 82 for Headhunter in Vampiro against Tenkoji, as Tenzan taking the leg drop from the Headhunter. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty close. The slightly better team was Los Bravano. It's another 82 for Hayabusa and Shinsei Shinzaki against Brad Armstrong and Terry Funk. Very close here. Could have went either way, thanks to Shinzaki being really off his game. As Terry wins with a pile driver in 20 minutes. An 85 from Hase and Kensuke Sasaki against the Holy Demon Army. I'm glad we had this pigeon here. It's a good spot for it. And then 81. Oh, Kikuchi breaks his fingers here. That's tough. Probably hurt the finish with that. But, I mean, Kobashi, Brett, Akiyama, Doug Furnace, they all did pretty well. Even Kikuchi and Jericho, to a degree. Just, yeah, the injury probably fucked that all up. Yeah, it just happens. I mean, yeah, it was going to be a pretty good little show until that injury. Now, on to Night 7 we go, as we get to see, for the final time, Holy Demon Army versus Super Generation Army of Masao and Kobashi against Taue and Kawada, the Four Pillars, battling out for the final time. Obviously, that's going to be the main. Obviously, we'll be running Kanto for that show. Alrighty, Night 7. And so, oh no, this is not it. Oh no, it is. I was about to say that. Oh, that's a nice little co-main though, to have Kikuchi and Kanemoto take on Tanaka and Fuchi. I like that. But yeah, obviously that's the main. We also have the Shamrock Norman Smiley rematch on this show. We have a pretty banger show by the looks of it here. Holy shit. Well, someone's got to change, because, yeah, we can't have that. I'm assuming we can't. Oh, no, it's Tanaka and Ogawa. Okay, so that's going to be a Steel Show match, too. Alright, so that works out. So, yeah, we'll put this as the main. And, of course, it's a time of a draw. We can't have a winner there. For the final time, the Four Pillars battling it out at the same time as Kajimoto Liger against Hashimoto and Fuchi. As Liger's going to beat Fuchi. It's a big win, though, for the New World Order. Shamrock and Smiley. Shamrock will get the win this time around, so that's a huge win for him. Oh yeah, let's steal the show matchup out there now, as Tanaka's going to beat Kikuchi. Poor Kikuchi, though, he keeps on losing. This is the debut of El Pantera. He's going to take on La Parka. That's going to be happening a little bit lower on the card, but that's going to be nice to see a debutee. It's Scott Norton beating Shunji Takano there in 10 minutes. So yeah, the BWO beating Takano and Hayabusa. Then we'll have Shudo versus TTS. It's an 8-man tag, too. We're giving them a lot of time, as Funaki's going to beat Kazuya Masaki. We've been giving Funaki a lot of wins. Let's give it to Minoru Tanaka. change it up a little bit. Kiyoshi Demore. Oh, that's right. He's got a fight to prepare for. Let's just make it a 6-man then. Perfect. Yeah, we'll just put this to be Otani. Coo. Yes, we're still good to go on that. Perfect. In the Cosmic King Dragons against the British Combat Club. So this is the 8-man tag. This will at least stay. So Regal's going to beat Dragon Kid. You know, let's change that. Let's change that. Let's have Dragon Kid beat Doug Williams. I was about to have it beat Dave Taylor. I was like, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Beat Doug Williams. Then we'll have La Parca and El Pantera as Pantera will beat La Parca. Little luchador matchup. Goddamn, we have to either cut a lot of time or just change the... Yeah, let's just make it make it 2 hours and 30 minutes. Why not? Cool. We should be good to go, though. Yeah, just Kikuchi and Astro are working with injuries, but they should be fine. Relatively speaking. Oh, yeah, let's make sure we're in Kanto for this one. Cork and all, of course. Hell fucking yeah. 59 for the opener. El Pantera really off his game, so that kind of sucks, but that's not a bad debut, though. He's been working, weirdly enough, he's been working UWFI, which is just kind of funny to think about, because he does not fit there at all. But, yeah, I mean, he's worked there for a good couple of years now. It's always nice to add another junior, as, yeah, the Cosmic King Dragons getting the win there, as, yeah, Dragon Kid 56. He did the same rating as Dave Taylor, so we could have gave him the win. Wouldn't have been that crazy, but yeah, we haven't beat Doug Williams, the Dragon Rana. The Cosmic King Dragons are just rolling right along. And it's funny, you have someone at like every level, 84, 75, 66, and 56. Just naturally flows like that. At 81, for Shudo and TTS, the 6-man tag is Minoru Tanaka with the 450 over Kazuya Yamasaki. A good little match. Good little matchup. Yeah, I mean, Osamu Nishimura kind of brought the Shudo team down pretty badly, but all around decent little matchup. It's an 80 for Brad Armstrong and Scott Norton against Hayabusa, Shunji Takano. They were the better team, Hayabusa and Shunji Takano, but obviously Norton and Brad Armstrong are they're part of BWO, and they probably deserve that win a little bit more. I'm surprised Scott Norton only had a 65, but it is what it is. It's an 80 here from Tanaka and Ogawa against Kikuchi and Kanemoto. I forgot they have excellent chemistry. We really have them kind of team. Which is kind of a shame, because this helps them out tremendously. They outperformed them because of that, too, and also Kikuchi's injury, but I got the crowd buzzing. Tornado DDT from Masato Tanaka over Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. 85 for Shamrock and Smiley again, with this time Ken getting the win with the ankle lock. It's an 88 for Muto and Liger against Hashimoto and Fuchi. Liger pinning Fuchi with a brainbuster. Yeah, worst guy in the match loses to the best guy in the match. Makes sense. And a 97 for the time limit draw. It's Masao and Kobashi drawing with the Holy Demon Army. Taue, worst guy in the match. Tough break. Tough break. Wow, I'm surprised Kobashi wasn't in the 90s there, but yeah, 97, I mean, there's a lot of room to improve, but it is a tour show, though, at the same time, so it is kind of crazy to have that good of a match on a tour show. 95, yeah, we'll gladly take that. That is what we're talking about. Now we're down to just 2 more tour shows. Hard to believe, it's 8 and 9, and then, of course, we'll have the final shows. Down to our final 3 shows. So far, so good. No major injuries or anything like that. Nothing catastrophic, as far as... But there's still time to have a very, very costly injury really fuck us over. But we should be fine. Should be. Fingers crossed. Alrighty, night 8. As I believe the main event for this show... I believe it is this Holy Demon Army Kobashi Jun Akiyama matchup. So the former tag champs taking on the Holy Demon Army. as they will get the win, as TEW going to be beating Jun Akiyama. So we're only giving them 20 minutes, too. That's pretty short for a match of that caliber, but should be still a good little matchup, though, nonetheless. 8-man tag. That definitely will not be now Scotty Steiner involved. That will probably be Candido. But British Combat Club versus the Death Squad. As Norman Smiley will be beating Ken Shamrock. Let's not have that. Let's have it be Candido. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. It's a fun little co-main now. Yeah, then we'll have... Yeah, let's go 2 Cold Scorpio. Sasuke against Fuchi and Ogawa. Scorpio's going to beat Ogawa in 20 minutes. And Fuchi's the agent for it. Then Headhunter and Vampiro against Wild and Ready. As, wow, Nakanishi beating Vampiro. We're talking about just elevating somebody with that one. Yeah, Vampiro extremely unhappy about that one. That makes a lot of sense. Los Pavano was the world-class a-holes. Yeah, this is definitely going to be like way low on the card now. I'm thinking about it. Damien's going to beat Dick Togo, though. Yeah, and then we'll have, then we have a lot of singles matches. So we have Golden King and Damon Honda, which is a Steel Show matchup, which Damon Honda beating the Golden King. This is just crazy. We are letting anybody win here. That might actually be a lot closer than I think, but I don't see it, though. El Pantero's going to beat Marufuji. That's probably going to be the opener. Because Otani and Dragon Kid, what a match, first of all. Just the 2 completely different styles. But Otani's going to beat him. That's probably going to go... yeah, we'll keep it right there. A pretty unique show. We have a lot of big-time wins. We have, as far as with Nakanishi, too, especially getting that win. We're trying with him. We haven't given up on Nakanishi. We probably should have, but that's alright. And, yeah, we'll run the Komosawa Gymnasium. Why not? Right? We'll run back-to-back Kanto shows. See what we get. It's 59 for the opener. El Pantera beating Marufuji with a Frankensteiner. Actually did pretty well. 64 is not bad. Especially for a second match in the company. Wow, as Otani and Dragon Kid, damn near identical. That is pretty crazy. Shows you how great Dragon Kid is, as he gets the win as Otani with a springboard dropkick. 10:03. And 66 for Los Pavano and the world-class a-holes. It's crazy that Damien really carrying Los Pavano there. But, I mean, listen, Dick Togo's finally getting pretty solid. As Jado and Ghetto getting the... I mean, they are performing really well as also. So that's a good sign for world-class a-holes going into the year 2000. As a 62 for the Golden King and Damon Honda. Lack of chemistry. Bit of an awkward matchup there because of it, but Damon Honda gets the triangle choke win, and he outperformed him. It's a big win for Damon Honda. 79 for Headhunter B on Vampiro against Wild and Ready as the torture rack from Nakanishi over Vampiro. Huge upset. Huge upset. Nakanishi was even really off his game, too, so just great. Just great. But from a size perspective, it at least makes sense for him to get the win. 2 Gold Scorpio and the Great Sasuke beating Ogawa and Fuchi. Scorpio with the Scorpio Splash in 20 minutes. Big win from 2 Gold Scorpio and a great performance there for the NWO. Then the 80 for the 8-man tag here as Dave Taylor stinging up the joint. Everybody else did pretty well, though. Candido and Johnny Ace did about the same. Shamrock with a 78. Johnny Smith with a 73. Steve Williams, of course, being the best guy in the match with a 90. He's a Norman Conquest from Norman Smiley over Chris Candido. In 20 minutes of 91 for our main event as TEW with the Powerbomb Nodao Otashi combination win over Jun Akiyama and Ken Kobashi. It's crazy. Jun Akiyama with a 76. I'm not sure exactly why he had that much of a... got a downtrout rating than when he usually does. Like it's holding back and inconsistency. Alright, well, we'll take it. I believe you. At 89, I mean, that could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse, actually. We were kind of rocky there in the first couple of matches, but we got rock and roll. And obviously the main event was going to deliver, but we needed something else too. So I'm glad the co-main at least hit an 80. And now, the final tour show. Just like that, our last ever tour show is about take place. As yeah, we'll see how the go home show goes for the New Year Giants series. We have some big time matches for sure. We have a couple of big time 6-man matches. Yeah, should be a banger. Alrighty, night 9 as the final tour show. It is here. As the main event though, boy oh boy is it a banger. Bret Hart with Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko against the Super Generation Army of Kobashi, Masawa, and Koji Kanemoto. Yeah, I mean, this is just as good as it gets. Masawa's gonna beat Malenko. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. The established team beats the team that is thrown together, even though that thrown together team is nuts. That is a hell of a team. Hell of a team. As the co-main, though, will be Taue and Fuchi against Tanaka and Kawada. 30-minute time limit draw. This was a tough one to decide on how that should go. It needed to be a draw, but I didn't wish it was 30 minutes, though, is the problem. But it kind of is what it is. So we'll probably have... Honestly, Doug Furnas and Takeo Omori can go here. It's weird that this is the first Takeo Omori matchup of the year, as he's going to beat Doug Furnas, which, actually, yeah, let's change that. Let's have Doug get a win. Doug's going to beat Takeo Omori. Then, so we got Shoot-Overs to the Can-Am crew. We have Kikuchi and Kanemoto, which will have to be changed. Because, yeah, obviously Kanemoto is in the main event. So, yeah, that's just going to have to be a whole new team. I'll just have that be the old world-class tag team. Why not? Or we might just go with the Dragons. Just run that back. Yeah, we'll go. World-class tag team. Because, yeah, we did this. We did do this on the first night, though. Is the thing. It was a 77 though when we did it then. Maybe not. I just put a pin in it for now. So yeah, we'll add this. This is 8-man of Hayabusa, Jinsei Shinzaki, El Samurai, and Machizuki against the BWO. As Brad Armstrong's going to beat Machizuki in 10 minutes. Jerry Flynn and Abyss. What a match. Abyss gonna beat Jerry Flynn. There you go. Yeah, just torch it. Burn it down. Burn it all to the ground. With that one, is Shudo and the Can-Am crew. As, oh yeah, we gotta change Kiyoshi Tamura. We'll just have that be Sayama. Also, I don't know why Tuco Scorpio is on that side. As, yeah, well, Kurt can't work. So, yeah, that's gonna get changed, too. Well, you know what? Let's just kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. Let's have this be the Can-Am Express. Can-Am Junior Express, to be exact. Against Los Guerreros. Make that 10 minutes. We'll have Van Dam beat Chavo. Oh, and yep, now we'll add it. And then Giant Warrior and Akira Raijin, which, again, another squash from Giant Warrior. So for that Shudo match, I think we're just going to have it be a tag. I think that's just kind of have to be the best case scenario here. Actually, let's add a match from this. Let's see what we get. Let's exclude everyone who's booked. Because I know the NWO isn't really booked in anything, so we might use them for something. Tell you what. Let's go with a normal tag. Let's go a normal tag. We'll go Vader and Sasuke, because I know that's a team that has chemistry. Might even go Nagata, I guess. Yeah, we'll go. Let's go Vader and Sasuke. They will take on the team of... trying to think. Yeah, I might just go British Combat Club. Yeah, fuck it. British Combat Club. For the win. as, actually, let's change that. Let's go with, let's go, let's make it an 8-man. We'll make, 2 tag matches into 1. So we're going to go with, Norm Smiley, Steven Regal, and TTS taking on the Steve Williams, Johnny Ace team against Ultimate Dragon and Super Astro as well. It's a bit of a banger. The team that will be getting the win, though, will be Steve Williams, and he's going to beat Steven Regal. Steve versus Steve. But yeah, Williams will be getting the win for his team, but that's a pretty fun little 8-man. And yeah, we can bump that up to have that be right before the co-main. Alrighty. So yeah, we're good to go. Just Jerry Flynn just losing to Abyss, though, is very, very funny to see. I think we have to run, yeah, the Nakajima Sports Center, which is fine. Fine by me. Let's run it. Oh, 47 for the opener. That's how you kill a show right there. So yeah, I mean, Giant Warrior, he was off his game, so I heard it, and then just all around, pretty brutal. 55 for the next match, yeah. Oh, we put a slow build on. I thought I took that off. Oh, Lance Storm with a 60, though. 50 for Rob Van Dam. Again, just, Chavo has just not improved, like, at all. He's been just the same. Just the same. Jerry Flynn losing to Abyss. It's actually pretty close. I'm pretty sure Jerry Flynn was just pissed about this, so he was off his game. But Black Hole Slam from a Black Hole Man in Abyss, and he gets the win in Den. It'd be kind of crazy if he, like, blocked a kick. Flynn, like, tries to, you know, after the kick gets blocked, runs off the ropes to go, like, for a jumping high kick or something, and Abyss catches him midair for the Black Hole Slam. That'd be pretty cool. 73 for the 8-man here of El Samurai, Machizuki, Hayabusa, and Jinsei Shinzaki against the BWO as Brad Armstrong with the side Russian leg sweep over Machizuki. Yeah, I mean, to Jerry and Machizuki, it's crazy that Terry Boy was the worst guy in the match. Oof. Poor man's tale. 76 for Doug Furnace and Takeru Mori as a Frankensteiner from Doug Furnace in 20 minutes. 1935 to be exact. Yeah, 76 and 84 from the 8-man of the 2 tag team title matches as far as the All-Asian and the Junior Tag Team title matches. Ultimate Dragon, Super Astro, Johnny Ace, and Steve Williams beating the Tactical Technician Squad in the British Combat Club as Steve Williams pinning Steven Regal with a backdrop driver. What a win. Pretty good match, though. Yeah, I mean, everyone was basically on the same page. Yeah, really good match. It went really well. So 74 for Taue and Fuchi. It's Kawada and Tanaka. It's a time limit draw there. See, no Holy Demon Army team loses in that one. Then a 92 for the main as Bret Hart with Malenko and Pegasus losing to Koji Kanemoto, Mitsuharu Misawa, and Kenta Kobashi. What a match, as Misawa pinning Dean Malenko with a Tiger Driver. Probably gonna have Wild Pegasus lose that one, but that's alright. What a main event, though. Just like that, we're down to 1. It's the final show. It is upon us. We have made it. We made it to the end of the road. From 1992 to January 2000. How about that? To be exact, August of 92 to January 2000. Almost 1,000 shows. I believe we're at around 950 as we rounded out here. What a show! What a show! Yeah. Let's we'll take a look to be exact how many shows it's been. I believe it has been over 950 or 850. Never mind. It was 865. So we'll be ending it at 866 shows. And there we go. We've done it. We have reached the end. And we are just a couple of days away. I believe the show's going to be on Sunday. Yep, it is. So, yep, on to Sunday we go for the New Year Giants Series final show. Alrighty. As for this final show, we'll see how the pay-per-view numbers do. Should go over pretty well, though. I mean, as far as, obviously, with Dish and Bell TV, then obviously Napalm TV. For our native audience, which, that's going to be awesome. As, yeah, Liger. As far as that was the return of Liger and the change into the black get-up. Masao and Steve Williams. Of course, Steve won the Million Battle Royal. Yeah, Toway's won it before, if I remember correctly. As, let's see, yeah, so... Did Jumbo win it? Is that why? Or did we not, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure. The Million Battle Royal didn't start till 94. Could be wrong. I had to have done it in 93, but did Masao win it? Hold on, we can look this up. As far as, let's do the backstage incident real quick. The Tase passing on the selling dip substitution, Jerry Otani. Yeah, we could find this out very easily. So let's go to 93. Yeah, all the way down. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Albright won it. And then Albright got his title match. It wasn't on... Yeah, this was back when we did 19 shows for the New Year Giant Series. Goddamn. Yeah, it's Albright against Johnny Ace. Did he just not get a title match? Or did he wait till the Excite Series? Nope. Huh. Now I just want to click on Gary Albright here. So Albright is in FMW, so I don't think I'll be able to click on him. Dumb. Actually, I bet I can. Yeah. Go to the borrow list. Albright. Yes. Let's see here. So 93. Title match. No, he did not. He didn't get it until the Summer Action Series in September. So I don't know why that is. Yeah, because, Doug Furnace got it in 94. So maybe just Doug Furnace was the first guy to start that trend. So yeah, Doug Furnace, then Vader, which I do remember that. As far as Vader winning the Million Battle Royal. Yeah, Toway did win it in 96. Kobashi won it in 97. When did we win in 98? And then 99 was Doc. So yeah, I mean, that's Toway, the first ever two-time Million Yen Battle Royal winner. By the looks of it, I guess we could just look again and see the 98 winner. Oh, as far as... Oh, it's Hashimoto. Oh, yeah, that was the co-main. I don't know why I didn't even realize that. So, yeah, Hashimoto won it that year. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see how the Holy Demon Army collide here. Who's going to win? Will it be Kawada? Will it be Toway? And it will be Akira Toway. So, he, in fact, does it. He wins the Unified Grand Heavyweight title. So, he joins his, obviously, teammate and Kawada. It's crazy that Kawada... His two Grand Heavyweight title reigns have been... I mean, the one from May to October was a longish reign, but they only had one defense. Whereas here, has the belt for 85 days from October to January. His first defense is an unsuccessful one, and he, for the first time since Masawa, is the Unified Grand Champion with no defenses. So yeah, joins Masawa, joins Kobashi, joins Kawada, and he also joins 2/3 of the Musketeers. So yeah, there's talk about a big time get. That is massive for sure. And in the co-main, Bret Hart, Kenta Kobashi. Kenta Kobashi does in fact win and beats Bret Hart. So the future kind of plans, what would have been? Well, we'll just go at a pre-booking page here to kind of showcase this. So the Excite series, they don't have anything booked, but we'll just kind of talk about it like this. So that the Excite series is going to be Kobashi Toway for the heavyweight title. Champion versus champion, like we always do. Kobashi is going to win, so he's going to become the All-Asia champion then. At the Champion Carnival, Bret Hart was going to win it. So once Bret wins, it then turns into the rematch between him and Kobashi. at the Superpower Series, which Brett would win. So he becomes the new champion there. So we're having a lot of title changes already in the year 2000. Then he'll have the belt all the way through until around the Royal Road Finals or even the October Giant Series, where at some point we might just have. If Chono has never won I don't think he's ever won. Yeah, Masahiro Chono's never won it. So Chono was going to win the Cup, so going to win the Royal Road Finals, and then go on to beat Brett. So that's just kind of where I was thinking. Not exactly sure what was going to be the plan after Masahiro Chono, because at that rate, I've been pretty content with all the champions. We'd have the Four Pillars, the Three Musketeers. We would have a couple of Gaijin champs like Steve Williams and Bret Hart. Maybe another Gaijin champion at that point. So that's just kind of where the plan was. That was where we were going. So it just kind of shows you that even though we're ending it here, this could have kept on going at least another year or so. But obviously, I just wanted to end it at 2000. Just felt like that was a good stopping point. That's when the Exodus happens. That's when kind of shit hits the fan in Japanese pro wrestling. It just felt like, even though now this turned into its own little thing, with us, becoming one giant company, taking all Japan and New Japan together. But as far as maybe even plant the seeds of having Legend take some talent and form their own promotion, have the NWO be its own thing. Potentially, kind of like how Noah became its own thing. That's definitely a potential there as well. A lot of things we could have done, as far as to kind of spice it up a little bit. But, yeah, that's just kind of what the plans were, if this would have kept going. So the co-main, or before the co-main, rather, I want to say it's going to be the World Tag Team title matchup. I believe that is the... Yes, it is. Okay, just want to double check. Wild Pegasus, Dave Malenko, against Masao and Kanemoto. They retain, as Wild Pegasus losing to Masao in 28 minutes. It's a good match, as far as they keep the belts to Masao and Kanemoto. I just feel like that's a good call. Holy Demon Army versus the New World Order. And the Holy Demon Army will, in fact, win and become the new champion. So that's a great win for the Holy Demon Army. First of all, the year 2000 is looking pretty good for them. They have the 6-man belts and the heavyweight title, so looking pretty good for them. But yeah, Hashimoto beating Kensuke Sasaki, and also to see Hashimoto get one over the NWO again is nice to see. Hayabusa and Brad Armstrong, new champion here as Brad Armstrong loses. It was fun to give him the belt. It sucks that his reign was kind of fucked over by his injury, but Hayabusa, this will be his second reign as the junior heavyweight champion. First time since 95, 96, so it's been a while. There's maybe a thought of doing Darkside Hayabusa. There's definitely a thought, or even him taking the mask off, like he did in real life, when he was H, as we probably wouldn't have had him be called that, but that was just an idea, just to change it up. I just love Hayabusa's look, that I wouldn't want to do that, so that's just kind of another thing with that. British Combat Club versus Steve Williams and Johnny Ace. We do, in fact, have new All-Asia Tag Champs. I believe it's their second reign as well for the British Combat Club. Oh, it's their third reign. Third ever reign, as that's, I think, the second most behind Furnace and LaFon. So, yeah, that's pretty big. Pretty big. So, they were obviously one of the best teams that we ever had. British Combat Club, they've been fantastic for a long, long time. And to get the win there, to stop the Steve Williams, Johnny Ace reign, I think it makes sense. Makes sense to celebrate their success by having them get the win on the final show. Ultimo Dragon Super Astro against TTS. TTS retains, so we keep the belts on TTS. Now that's kind of crazy to think about who they've beaten. And they've been having a hell of a run. Hell of a little run. This is their third defense. They've, as far as beating a team that was the longest reigning junior tag champs at one point, and probably the most successful one. They're having a pretty good run. As far as who they would have lost to, it's really a good question. I'm honestly not sure. I I really don't know. I didn't really think that far ahead with it, with this, title. Probably, it probably would have been a Lords of the Deep team, to be honest. I think either a Lord Akira Kotakumi with, trying to think who would probably be the best guy for it, maybe Mako, to have, as far as, that's probably what we would have done. Otani Damonanda, though, against Golden King, the Golden Cosmic Dragons, rather, as Golden King and Dragon Kid. Damonanda's going to get the win there in 12 minutes, which that match is actually going to be pretty fucking good, if I had to guess. We'll be running the Tokyo Dome, of course, for the year 2000 for our final show. There it is, a Knowledge to Glory, 200 minutes to be exact, right on the dot. Just seemed to be destiny with that one. Alrighty, so 78 for the opener. Dragon Kid, Golden King, losing to Shinjiro Otani. And Damonanda is a pretty good opener. So 91 for Ultimate Dragon Super Astro against Tactical Technician Squad. What a match. First of all, 100 from Ultimate Dragon. Pretty crazy. Lack of psychology. Hate to see that, but what a junior heavyweight title matchup. Junior heavyweight tag team title matchup to be exact. It's Funaki, though, beating Super Astro, too, is just a massive victory. Got the crowd hotter, too. A 99 for the All Asia Tag Championship matchup. As, that's huge. Norman Smiley with the Norman Conquest, another 100. It's Norman and Regal beating Williams and Johnny Ace for the third time, the All Asia Tag Champions. It's a 99 here for Hayabusa and Brad Armstrong, because Hayabusa with the Falcon Arrow, 22-01. Good call there, as far as Hayabusa being the champ again. Another 99. It's all the Demon Army versus the New World Order. As, with Hashimoto pinning Kinsuke Sasaki with a jumping spike DDT. Hashimoto and the Holy Demon Army win the All Asia 6-man tag team titles as Tanaka, worst guy in the match. Doesn't matter, though, because that's a hell of a match, though. A lot of great performances on this show so far. Another 99 as Masawa pinning Wild Pegasus with the Tiger Driver. 2 100s. 98 for Wild Pegasus, 91 for Coach Kitamello. Wrong team won, but, obviously we just changed the belts at the beginning of the month. Felt like a double title change would have been weird, and plus it's nice to see Masawa end out the reign as a champion. So 99 here for the All Asia heavyweight title matchup between Kenta Kobashi and Bret Hart again. We would have had Bret win the Champion Carnival, which he would have been the first Gaijin to win it since Hansen. Because at the whole entire save, we didn't have a single Gaijin win the final. So he would have been the first Gaijin to win it since then. Would have beat Kobashi in the rematch and would have been the Unified Grand Heavyweight Champion in the year 2000 for until the October Giant Series, probably. So that would have been a nice little run from from April to October. Yeah, that's not bad. Then a 95 for our main event, Taue beating Kawada to become the Unified Grand Heavyweight Champion. It's so funny that Taue's the champion and end up the save. But it completes the trifecta. Not even the trifecta, the foursome, if you will, of having the Holy Demon Army get the win. Just from the third match on, we had a straight run of 99s. That's so funny. Didn't have 100, though. Couldn't get that 100. Couldn't get 100 show rating. Had a couple of 100 matches. Could not get that 100 show rating, though. Fucking sucks. But, what a show, though. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Taue, though, we gotta give him some love for his short reign that's gonna be a month-long reign. But, hey, at least he won it. He won the big one. And, we'll give love to Norman for his 100. And, shit, I don't even know who else. Guess maybe Masawa. Just feel like that's a good point of contingency here. Wow. And just like that, we fade to black. As I thank you all for watching. If you do, in fact, carry on with the save, let me know how it goes. Rather on Twitter, rather on the comments of the video. As far as, obviously, we have the spinoff series now. If you have not seen the first episode, it's where we're taking basically the junior division and making it its own promotion. So that's been fun. And then we're going to use Fire Pro with that. That's the idea behind that. First episode did not go off as planned, but we will, hopefully. I still haven't tested it out yet to see if maybe I'll have to record the matches and then splice them in. That's probably what we're going to have to do if I had to guess. But, yeah, I mean, we did it. We ended the series out. But don't fear, as far as that won't be the only addition to, as far as the channel with TEW series. Got plans for 2 more coming. And they're going to be happening very, very soon, hopefully. As far as I just want to kind of make sure everything is locked and loaded, ready to go. It's going to be 2 different eras that we haven't booked before. So that's going to be exciting as far as on the channel. Technically, I guess now with this series, one of the series has been booked in this decade. So, but there is still going to be one new one though. That's going to be a whole new era of wrestling. So that's going to be exciting. And yeah, that's just kind of on the horizon. Thank you all for 76 episodes for supporting, even those that have been here from the beginning of the All Japan series in '87. To think that's kind of the whole thought process of this. We've booked from now '87 to 2000 with All Japan, quote unquote. As now, obviously, with the last couple of years, it was UJPW, but that was kind of the vision. As for the next time around, the third part of this ensemble. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely in the plans. I'm not exactly sure when I'll pull the trigger on it, but I mean, booking a post-Exodus All Japan seems like a fun challenge. You know, as far as to battle not only now Noah, but to battle obviously New Japan, and yeah, just it seems like it'd be a good challenge. So yeah, that's definitely on the horizon. Definitely not the near future, I would say. It's definitely going to be pushed away, and we gotta let the Japan breaks, you know, as far as we gotta hit the brakes on Japan for a little bit to cool it off, to make sure no one gets too tired of it. But even though it's my pride and joy, want to make sure you don't overindulge on it. You want to space it out to where it makes sense as well. But yeah, that's just kind of future plans to wrap it all up. So thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.